Welcome to the Bright Lights Podcast, presented by Clovercrest Media Group. Welcome to the Bright Lights CT Podcast. I'm Joe Aguirre, along with Jamar Smith.
Yes, sir.
So, look, there's a lot
What's going on?
There's a lot going on in the CIAC, baby, and you're gonna get us all caught up. We're gonna talk about the young ladies who have hit 1,000 points in their career, which is very impressive. And we're gonna do some previews for the for each of the conferences. We're gonna run through those. So why don't we get it started? Thank you so much for everybody for joining us.
Absolutely.
My man Automars has been doing some deep diving here. So what is going on right now in the CIAC?
Well, a couple of quick shout outs. Shout out all the players who are putting in work. A loss is not a loss. A loss is a lesson. So it's just get out there, keep striving, and shout out everybody who's participating in conference tournaments, each high school team. You know, much love to you guys. And I wanted to really debut on the 1,000-point scores. But before that, I want to give a shout out to defending champion Hamden, which got a big win, 82-58 over Sacred Heart Academy, as they played the #1 seed in their SEC tournament versus the #2 seed. It's like a big rivalry. And I just wanted to shout out Hampton because you guys are doing your thing. So 1,000-point scores. I just want to say all the 1,000-point scores, congratulations. May you continue for success and strive and whatever your journey is to keep on going. And I'm going to start off with first Alyssa Bordonado out of Granby Memorial. And she also became the all-time leading scorer in Granby's history.
Nice.
And it's crazy because Granby is like one of the schools that I always looked at that was like a complete school in everything, in football, basketball, baseball, soccer. And, you know, I just wanted to say for somebody to achieve that, congratulations, Alyssa Bordonado, 1,204 points. It was a big win over Terryville, and shout out to you. Go Bears. So
very impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. And also we have Kaylee Cosgrove of Connor. She scored her 1,000-point and a win over Berlin. And next we have one of the best players in the state. She's awesome. Serenity Lancaster. She scored 1,000 points. She had 19 points, 10 rebounds, and a win over Bacon Academy. So shout out Serenity. Looking for New London, the class MM defending champion. They moved up to LL. We call that the gauntlet this year. And looking forward for New London to do big things. So shout out Serenity.
Nice double. I like that.
Yeah. They're dangerous. Next we have Lauren Thompson out of Sacred Heart Academy, Hamden. She scored her 1,000-point and a major win over Sheehan Wallingford. And I'm looking for the Sharks to do amazing things in the tournament. #1 seed in Class LL. And shout out to you, Miss Thompson.
A lot of 1,000-point scorers.
We're not done yet. We're not done yet. You know, it's just it's something that's, you know, near and dear. And next we got Eliana Wood out of Summers. Shout out to Spartans. She scored her 1,000-point and a 54-31 win over East Granby. So looking for the Spartans in Class S. They're dangerous, and looking for them to make some noise in the tournament. So shout out Alana Wood. And next we have the other twin, Alana Philpotts, and she scored her 1,000-point, dropping 24 and a win over Shelton. So they're the defending champs. Trust me, they're a dangerous team. I'm looking to get back to the Mohegan Suns. So shout out the Green Dragons and shout out Miss Philpotts, you know, her twin sister, Leah. Dangerous. Next is your favorite, Bailey Winner out of East Windsor.
What a name. What a name.
For her 1,000-point of her career, 21-point night against Bolton. And she became the East Windsor's all-time school leading scorer for girls basketball. So all you do is win-win. Shout out Bailey Winner.
Yeah, Bailey winner. What
That's
a
like
night.
That's like the ultimate name for you,
Yeah.
man. I swear.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Next, we have Bella Kukuda from Newington. She's the fastest player in Newington history to reach 1,000 points. And doing so, she dropped 34 points in a 61-39 win over Rocky Hill. The Northeasters, yeah, they're in the gauntlet too, man. Dangerous team. I believe they got a first round home game, and I think they might be matched up against New London if they both win. So that's gonna be a good game. And shout out Newington. Coming from the corner of CT, the Berkshires, we have Nicole Decker of the Thomaston Golden Bears. She scored her 1,000-point in a win over Wamogo Litchfield. Thomaston is like a basketball factory for girls basketball. You know, it was a point they won like 3 or 4 state championships and been to 5. So shout out Nicole Decker and Thomaston. Definitely go Golden Bears. Another one from the Berkshires out in the corner. We have Maddie Topa out of Northwestern, coached by Fred Williams, and she scored her 1,000-point in a win over Chappaug Valley. So shout out Northwestern, go Highlanders, and they're gonna be dangerous in the tournament as well. And last but not least, we have Faith Doyle of Foreign Milford. She scored her 1,000-point in a win over Han Madison. She's only a junior, so she's gonna score more points. And just looking for, just looking for to carrying for Foreign Milford, in the Class Double M tournament. So shout out Faith Doyle and shout out all the players who are on the list for the 1,000-point scores, and just keep striving, keep going. So.
Yeah, 10 young ladies on the CIAC 1,000-point scoring list. That's pretty impressive.
Profound.
Yeah. What a fun, great way to start off the show. So congratulations to all of those young ladies for cracking the 1,000-point mark. All right.
Yes.
Now, is it time to get into your conference previews here?
Absolutely. And again, shout out all the participants in all the conference tournaments. Whether you win or lose, you're winning because you're participating, and keep going. You know, that's my biggest advice, and you never know what's going to happen for you. So, in the conference tournament wise, we're going to start off with the ECC tournament. They're split up into 2 divisions. ECC 1 is the larger division, and ECC 2 is the smaller division. And first, we're going to do top players, and the top players out of ECC Division 1 is 6'2" forward center Serenity Lancaster. She's a Division 1 prospect for New London. A junior, so she has 1 more year to do damage. We have Mariette El Corey out of Fitch. She's a senior forward guard combo on 5'10", very, very profound, can drop 20 on you with 10 rebounds in a night. We have also guard Emily Ferrigno of Bacon Academy as senior, very steady, a very, very lead guard, a quiet killer, I would say. Next thing you know, we have her teammate Kaylee Saucier of Bacon Academy, a senior guard, a shooter. She's gonna go out and give it her all, and she's a scrappy guard. We have Maggie Dykes, one of the best guards out of the ECC conference, and she's only a sophomore out of Ledger, and very, very, very dynamo. She's crazy from the 3-point line, and she can score at will. And last but not least, we have Jordan Bay Kent, 6'2.5", 6'3" forward center out of NFA. Can give you a double-double. Her last game, she scored 20 and 8. And she's very, can take over the game with the defense on top of the offense. So shout out to all the top players in Division 1, and that leads me to go to Division 2, which is led by Rory Risley, a 6-foot center out of Stonington. Shout out the Bears, a very profound program. And they're actually a very, very program that's on the rise. You know, traditional, but back on the rise. Next thing you know, we have Jada Chung out of Montville, a scrappy guard. She done had a lot of 30-point nights, had to carry her team, Montville, through the ECC conference, and she's very dangerous. She can really score at will. Next thing you know, we have Angelica Tompkins out of St. Bernard, a dynamo, a Swiss Army knife, can score at will, can rebound, can pass, very tenacious defender, and looking forward for the Saints to be able to make some noise in the ECC in the state tournament. We have the Wyndham Whippets, call them the double mid twins. We have Anaya Jenkins out of Wyndham, scrappy guard, fast, and along with Haley Flores, another fast. They're like jet fuel, and they take over the court and they get on you. And trust me, Wyndham's a team that's not to be played with. They're gonna make some noise in the Class M tournament.
You ever notice there's a lot of women twins basketball stars? You don't really see that with the dudes too much.
Yeah, that's true. Like they got the Thompson twins. One plays for the Houston Rockets and one plays for the Detroit Pistons. And besides that, I don't really know. I don't really know. You know,
you don't see it much.
You see that, but
a lot with women though.
You go to the girls basketball. You got twins. Like my favorite twins were back in the day were the Vanderbilt twins out of Virginia. Yeah, they were like 6'5", and they always were like the Twin Towers who grinded it out. And yeah, man, and that was like one of the times where watching UConn, I watched UConn play Virginia. That really I got gravitated to women's basketball. That was like 9'4", 9'5". So shout out to Vanderbilt twins. Definitely. So I'm gonna run through some scores because through the ECC Division I, of course, the tournament was played. The championship was played the 20th. So we're gonna go through the first round, which was New London over Waterford, 64-39. Fitch 46 over Woodstock Academy, 46-36. Fitch was the 4th seed. Woodstock Academy was the 5th seed. Number 2, Bacon Academy, 53 over Killingly, 37. And number 3, NFA took a loss to Ledger, which had the hot hand, 69-56. The quarterfinals was New London, a close game over Fitch, 50-41. The second was Ledger had the hot hand, 69-58 as the 6th seed over number 2 Bacon Academy. And the championship played at Mohegan Sun Arena, which is the state championships was played at as well. You had New London with the 56-47 win over Ledger, and New London is the 2-time ECC champion. Congratulations, and looking forward for you guys to do some great work in the States. So that's the ECC conference.
New London, very impressive. What a season.
Absolutely. And they won a state championship, like I always say, last year with 7 players. They're deep this year, yeah, but only 7 players last year. They're deep this year. I think they have a total of 12 players between JV and varsity, and they're building a great tradition down there. So shout out New London Whalers, and shout out one of the guests that's going to be on here, Jessica Allen. She's a New London Whalers great, and looking forward to speaking with her about the Bright Lights experience as well. So
nice.
Next, what do we have next, brother? The NCC conference.
Yes, sir.
Shout out all the players and the teams in the NCC conference. Excuse me. It's a small school conference. It's spread it out through kind of the Hartford County all the way to the Shoreline County of Connecticut, and we're gonna run through some of the top players. The defending champ is Bolton, and the first top player is Alyssa Bordonato of Granby Memorial, the Granby's all-time girls basketball leading scorer, like I said before. And I'm looking for her to really captivate Granby throughout the conference and states. Next thing you know, your favorite.
Bailey Winner.
Yeah. Where? You know, out of East Windsor. Definitely a D1 prospect. Looking for her to really carry the small school of East Windsor, a beautiful, quaint town in the middle of Connecticut, to some far heights in the Class S tournament. We have Hannah Kozik of Ellington, the Purple Knights, senior guard, very, very, very dynamo guard, very smart guard, I would say. And Ellington is a very well-coached program, a very solid school that's on the rise, and looking forward to seeing what they're going to do in the tournament. Next thing you know, we have Sydney Cassidy out of Summers, along with Eliana Wood. They're like a dynamic duo. and she's a junior guard, and they're looking to really make it far in the Class S tournament. I always like how Summers built their program. So shout out to Summers, go Spartans. And last but not least, we have Nyla Islam of Bolton. Bolton, the defending NCCC conference champion. Very, very, very dynamic guard. Very tenacious, and I'm looking forward for the Bulldogs to really, really captivate in the Class S tournament. I think they're a sleeper team for me. So shout out to the Bulldogs. And leading to the first round scores, we have number 1 Ellington over East Windsor, which had Bailey Windsor.
Bailey Windsor.
Yeah. 70-34. Number 4 Coventry over number 5 Bolton, which I was very surprised. That was a ticky-tack game for me, 39-30. Number 2 Granby fell to number 7 Suffield, 34-28. Suffield has a freshman named Hazel Quo, and look out for her because the next 3 years, yeah, she's going to be something serious. She's an amazing player, good in the post, good on the outside, can shoot the 3, and looking forward to her career over the next 3 years. She's only a freshman.
Wow.
Summers, number 3 seed, had a close win over the Canton Warriors, 51-45. Lead to the quarterfinals, we have number 1 Ellington, 40 to Coventry 26. Number 7 Suffield, the upset queen, over Summers, 44-43, and which leads to the tournament coming up. We'll keep you updated on the game, and the game's actually being played tonight. So
no. All right. Well,
yeah.
Ellington Suffield, somebody going to be real happy at the end of tonight, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. And looking forward to it. Next episode we'll definitely keep you guys updated as well. So what you had to say, Joe?
You think Suffield's got a chance against Ellington? I mean, Ellington seems to be a bit of a powerhouse here.
I feel Suffield has a chance, but I feel Ellington is very well coached, and they have up to 3 players who could drop 10 points. I'm always big on you need at least 3 players out of your 5 to drop double figures. You know, that's going to get the win along with defense. So I would pick a close Ellington over Suffield. So,
all right. There you have it.
And next thing, we got the CCC. I'm very excited. Very excited to say, actually, gosh, man, just Mission A Franks, Anaya Franks, the best player in the state. She plays for Windsor, and they lit it up. They're on fire, man. The number 1 seed is Connor, and they were upset. They were upset by the Windsor Warriors. So we're going to start off with the top players, which we have Ayana Franks out of Windsor, committed to Rhode Island next year. I think she averages like 30 points a game, man. She's a 3-level scorer. She can give you 30, 10, and 7 any night, and she's just WNBA material. Amazing player. And next we have Amanda Gallagher, senior guard out of Simsbury, the Trojans. A very, very fundamental guard, but a very scrappy guard as well. Her along with Olivia Jarvis is going to make some noise definitely for Simsbury in the tournament. Next we have Emily Knowles out of Connor, also a 1,000-point scorer. And they have like a triple threat out there in Connor. The Red Wolves is definitely going to make some noise in the tournament. And next we have Bella Kakuta out of Newington, the first player I believe I've seen with an NIL deal. Amazing player, fastest player in Newington history to score 1,000 points, and looking for her to carry the Northeasters in the state tournament. Last we have Maeve Staunton, defending Class S champion Northwest Catholic, do-it-all guard. Only a sophomore and definitely looking to grow. So that's the top players in the CCC. And we're going to start off with number 1 in the first round, Connor, which got a close win over Sulington, 46-41. Next, we had Bristol Eastern as the 8th seed. A close game, but Rocky Hill prevailed actually 57-49. Next, we have Newington, the Northeasters, had a big win over Enfield, 48-30. Next, we have the Windsor
Upset
Warriors.
Central right here.
That was upset Central, like definitely so. We got the Windsor Warriors. They're on the high rise right now, and they beat E.O. Smith, the Panthers, the defending Class L champion, 65-46 convincingly. Northwest Catholic, the number 2 seed, they had a big win over Manchester. Manchester is a sleeper team led by Tiara Tyson. They're going to go far in the tournament. They have a first-round game versus NFA, and that's going to be a great game. Next, we have Middletown, a 50-48 winner over East Catholic. Number 3, Simsbury, 53-36 over Farmington. And last but not least, we have number 6, Glastonbury, falling to number 11, Berlin, 52-48. The quarterfinals, we have number 1, Connor, 63, number 9, Rocky Hill, 41. Next, we have number 4, Newington, 33 over the high risers, Windsor, which got the big win, 18-point win over Newington, 51-33.
Well, let me ask you something about Windsor.
Yes.
Coming in here as the 12 seed. How did that happen?
So how that happened was they were already improving. They started off playing the top teams. They had a couple losses. They started off 1-3. They got a big transfer, a sophomore, Camaria Bowens. She's out of Morris Catholic, New Jersey, and she's a dynamo, man. I think she averages probably about 17 points a game.
Wow, sounds like it too, man.
Yeah.
He changed their fortunes, huh?
Changed their fortunes it was crazy, like at the snap of a finger, and they just got in go mode. And since then, they've just been riding high. So just they're going to be definitely talked about on this podcast in the next couple of weeks. So
yeah,
shout out to Windsor. Last, we have number 3, Simsbury over number 11, Berlin, 47-33. Leading to the semifinals, number 12, Windsor, upset Central again over number 1, Connor, 49-39, which the semifinals and the championship was played at University of Hartford as well, which the second semifinals was Northwest Catholic had a close game over Simsbury, 39-28, and it goes to the championship, which we had Windsor over Northwest Catholic. Shout out to the Windsor Warriors. You guys beat 3 top 10 teams, and you guys are riding high on a 6-7 game winning streak right now. So you guys made it to the Class L semifinals last year, and you guys definitely have a chance to go all the way this year. So shout out all the teams that participated in the CCC. Looking forward for you guys to move as far as you guys want to take it in the CCC in the States. So
what a run. Very impressive. The 12 and the 2 going to battle it out.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. And you know how that goes. Upset Central, baby. So next we have the FCIAC conference. The FCIAC conference, shout out to all the teams. I call that the downstate conference. Down next to New York, the 203 per se. So we have the top players, Erin Lovett out of St. Joseph's. She's in injury right now. We're wishing nothing but the best and a speedy recovery to get back for the States. A dynamic 5'11", 6 feet post, can score at will, leads her team of the cadets, a traditional powerhouse, and they're the number 1 seed in the Class LL state tournament as well. Next thing you know, we have Pauline Velazquez out of Stanford, 6'4" center. She's going to Wesleyan next year. She's hard to stop in the post. Once she gets the ball, she's either gonna draw the foul or she's gonna get the basket. And looking forward for the Black Knights to make some noise. We have Mia McGarity out of Ridgefield, the Tigers, a rich history in girls basketball. I'm definitely looking to see what they're gonna do this year. Sherry Oberhan of Trumbull, senior guard. They're the hosts, so they always had a good team, had a couple injuries though this year, but she's one of their chief leaders. And last but not least, Rayanne Golbin out of Fairfield Ward. Tall team, bunch of 6-footers, and they're kind of like the dark horse. I want to see what they're going to really do in the bright lights. So leading to some of the scores, we got number 1, St. Joseph's 56 over Wilton 32 in the first round. Number 4, Fairfield Ward 37 over Trumbull in a very close game, defensive battle. We have number 2, Stanford, which got upset by New Canaan, the Rams. Yeah. I was very surprised. I was like, whoa, 47-42. And we have number 3, Ridgefield, had a close win over Fairfield Ludlow, the defending FCIAC champion. They made the Class LL state champion last year. They lost a lot, but they gained a lot. So that was the first round. And lead to the quarters, we have number 1, St. Joseph's, 41-36 over Fairfield Ward. That was a close game. Without their star Aaron Lovett, they still pulled it out. And again,
Upset City.
Shout out New Canaan, the Rams, 33-29 over Ridgefield. And we have in the championship, we have number 1, St. Joseph's, or number 7, New Canaan. Who's your pick?
Well, I got to tell you, I mean, New Canaan dropped the number 2, dropped the number 3, and has a chance to drop the number 1. I like it.
Yeah.
That's impressive. You're gonna do it. I was gonna say I'm gonna put my money, but I'm not really gonna put money on it. But I'm gonna go ahead. I think New Canaan gets it done. You're not thinking so.
I'm gonna pick the underdog too. I'm gonna pick New Canaan, and a close one over St. Joseph's. I feel like they're on a hot streak. So I'm feeling like, why not drop the 3, drop the 2? Why not drop the 1?
Why not?
Why not?
I'm telling you, if you're gonna do it, that's the way to do it. Take them down in order.
Yeah, that's. So next we're going to the Southwest Conference. In the Southwest Conference, we're gonna start off with the top players, and the first player is Taylor Brennan out of Pomperaug, Southbury. Class L finalist last year, senior guard, very, very talented. They're a well-coached team and looking forward to see what they're going to do in the tournament. Next, we have Ileana Felice out of New Milford, 6 foot center, also the Twin Towers, and they're one of the top teams in Class L. I'm not going to give it up. All I'm going to say is they're one of the top teams in Class L. Next, we have Kendra Foy out of Immaculate Danbury, the Mustangs. I wouldn't say I'm disappointed in them, but they have so much talent, so much size, and they have a lot of young players, and I'm looking for them to do more. I thought they were going to really, really do damage this year, so they really got a chance to fill in that spot. We have Bailey Bada out of Massac, a very sleeper guard, can give you 20 on any night, and she's jet quick. And last but not least, we have Izzy Karan out of Newtown. Newtown is one of the top C's in Class LL. The Nighthawks are very, very traditional based, and they're very tough. You don't know what to expect from them on any night. So shout out to the Nighthawks. And that leads to the first round of the SWC tournament, which we have New Milford 60 over number 8 Immaculate 57. Whoa. Number 4 Cope Cathedral 55. They were state finalists last year over Newtown 37. That was an upset, a big upset as well. Pomperaug, number 2 seed 50 over Bethel 46. And number 3 Massac fell to New Fairfield, the Rebels. Homer Generazati, one of the Yukon greats, 47-29. So we got the quarters where we got number 1 New Milford, the Green Wave, over number 4 Cope Cathedral, 51-43. And number 2 Pomperaug over number 6 No, hold on. Excuse me. Let me take that back.
Throw it the other way. Another upset.
No. Upset Central. Upset Central. Number 6, New Fairfield, 38 over Pomperaugh, 35. So that leads to the championship. Number 1, New Milford versus number 6, New Fairfield. I call that the new championship as well. Both of the news. And if I really had to make a pick, I would take New Milford. They have a lot of size. They also have 6'1" Jay Wallace. So 2 6-footers in the post and out on the wing could score. And fun fact, her father is actually one of the Syracuse greats, John Wallace, who I watched growing up. So shout out to John Wallace, man. He's amazing, man.
Number 44, baby. Yeah,
man.
I don't know if you know, Syracuse is my college basketball team.
Oh man, the Orange man. Shout out Mello, man. Shout out Bayheim. That's dude. You know, I respect that. Being from Connecticut and like Cuse, man. My boy Roger Rilla loves Cuse, man. Shout out Cuse. Definitely.
I love it, dude. That's great. Yeah, that's really great. John Wallace.
John Wallace. That's my guy, man. So we're gonna go into the NVL conference. That's more the Waterbury schools, more towards the downstate, and it's a great conference, a traditional conference. They usually play in-house, a traditional tournament. They barely play out of conference, and looking forward to all these teams that's participating in the conference and state tournaments. And we're starting off with the top players. We have Shania Howard out of Holy Cross, 5'8" guard, a junior, with the dynamic duo of Corinne Lomax, a 6'1" senior forward center. They're like the dynamic tandem. And Holy Cross is dangerous. The Crusaders in Class L, along with Windsor. I don't know. They might just bump heads for the state tournament at the Mohegan. Next, we have Audrey Tice out of St. Paul, Bristol. A great guard, 4-year career, looking to conclude, and she's going to do a lot of great things finishing off for St. Paul. Next, we have Casey Mulligan out of Woodland Regional. The Hawks, very, very the definition of a leader. If I really had to say someone who leads their team and they're going to be able to make some noises because of her, you know, it's because of the other players too, but she's definitely the leader of that Woodland team. And last but not least, we have Jillian Kehoe of Seymour, the Wildcats, a sleeper team and looking to make some definitive noise. So the first round, wow, we have number 1, Holy Cross, 85, number 8, Woodland, 31.
Oh,
yeah. Number 4, Seymour, 48, number 5, Ansonia, 43. Number 2, St. Paul, over number 7, Torrington, 41. And number 3, Oxford, the Wolverines over. Actually, number 3, Oxford. I'm sorry. I'm messing up on his upset century tonight. Shout out Watertown, number 16, who got the number 68-61 over Oxford.
That's a big win.
Let's go, Watertown. So that leads to the quarters. Wow. Number 1, Holy Cross, 80. Number 4, Seymour, 49.
Holy Cross is very good.
Yeah, seriously, all in the retrospect, right?
Yikes.
And number 2, St. Paul, 50. Number 6, Watertown, 28. So it wasn't an upset central, but hey, you got to win at least. So shout out Watertown, and this leads to the NVL championship. We have number 1, Holy Cross versus number 2, St. Paul. So if I really had to take a pick, St. Paul is a very well coached and great team. But Holy Cross is steamrolling right now.
I got Holy Cross by 30 for the championship.
I got Holy Cross probably about by between 21 and 30. Yeah. So, you know, shout out both teams, but definitely Holy Cross.
I'm going to take Holy Cross plus 30. Anything under is you.
So now we lead to the SEC conference, one of the top conferences in the state. The defending Class LL state champion, the number 1 seed in the Class LL tournament. And we're going to start off with the top players in the SEC conference. Maddie Benigi out of Mercy Middletown. Great player. Actually watched the game between Mercy Middletown and NFA, and it was a close game, and she was the clutch player for Mercy Middletown. Next, we have Faith Doyle out of Foreign Milford, the Foreign Milford all-time girls basketball leading scorer. Trust me, she's a dynamo at will. First of the twins, we have Leah Philpotts out of Hamden. We're just talking about the twins, right?
Yeah.
And we have a lot of Philpotts out of Hamden. It doesn't get any better. Not one, but two. And when you got two coming at you, what are you going to do? You know, bars. So, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm really, really excited about this Hamden team as the defending champions, saying if they can repeat. We have Maggie Kersick out of SHA, the #1 team in Class LL. This bracket is probably one of the hardest brackets I've seen in about 20 years. So I'm looking forward to SHA really doing some damage. And last but not least, Lauren Thompson. Out of SHA, man. Like,
love it.
They're an awesome team, and I'm looking forward for the Sharks again to really do some damage. We're going to see what happens. So the first round scores, we have #1 Hamden 64 versus #16 Cheshire 40. #8 East Haven with the close win over Jonathan Law 46-38. Next, we have Mercy with a big win over Han Madison 53-22. Next, we have Sheehan Wallingford, which is a dangerous team as well, over Brantford 66-31. #2, SHA over #15 Lyman Hall 61-29. #7, Foreign Milford 42. They fell to West Haven in the first round. Upset Central.
That's the only upset in this entire tournament. That is the only one. And don't get excited for any more.
46-42. #3, Amity. And I just wanted to make a quick correction. I thought Nina Nardekia played for SHA, but she actually plays for Amity Regional. So I just wanted to shout out the Spartans. They got a big win, 53-36 over Guilford. #6, North Haven 71, 11C Hill House 42. So that leads to the quarterfinals, which we have #1 Hamden 66 over East Haven, 18. That was the score. We had #4 Mercy 40. They fell to Sheehan Wallingford 54. We have #2 SHA 69 over #10 West Haven 52. And we have #3 Amity fell upset Central to North Haven 59-57, and leads to the semifinals, which we have a very close game. It was very, very
it was impressive.
We have Hamden 42, Sheehan 41 over the defending Class LL champions. They almost pulled off the upset of the century. And the other semifinal, we have SHA 73 over North Haven 49. So we're going to make our picks, and then I'm going to give you guys a spoiler because I have the score of the SEC champion. So if I really had to make a pick before I found out the score, I was picking Hamden. And the reason why I was picking Hamden because they have 4 guards who can score. And as being the defending Class LL champion, they have the experience, and in clutch games, they always step up to the plate. So
you're giving me every reason to pick SHA here. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it based on your hints.
You're going to pick SHA. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
Drum roll, please. 82-48 Hamden.
Oh, wow. A blowout even.
Blowout Central.
Holy
but the thing
smokes.
is, they can meet each other in the state championship. Or they can meet that's like they played each other like 3 to 4 times a year, you know, because they're top programs. So they're going to collide in the state tournament and the conference tournament. But that was a blowout.
Wow. All right. You threw me off there. I thought maybe. But apparently not even close. Boy, I hope they don't run into each other again.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, but they always play close games. But Hamden had Sacred Heart Academy's number that night. So shout out to both teams, though.
Yeah, that Hamden team is scary.
Oh no, they're really scary. They score out well, and when it's like UConn men, they're trying to repeat back to back. And when you got that experience, and I feel like you're playing better this year than last year, you know, who knows? They're scary. Trust me.
So impressive. All right.
Well, we got the next we got the Shoreline Conference. And the Shoreline Conference with, oh, gosh, man, East Hampton, the Bell Ringers, coached by Sean Russell. They have the longest winning streak in the state of Connecticut. I think it's about 36, 38 games. And the crazy thing is they played in a holiday tournament in December versus like Class L, Class L teams. Blow them out. Small town in East Hampton, Connecticut. Like, they're a basketball powerhouse. I'm going to start off with Liana Salamone, the junior guard. One of the top players in the state, bar none. Can squat well, definitely is a D1 prospect, and can shoot to the moon and back. So, wow, I'm very impressed with her steadiness as a player. Next thing you know, we have Kiana Kirishulo out of North Brantford, looking to lead to Thunderbirds, a surprising team this year in Class S. Very, very traditional. They always had a good basketball team ever since before, like I was in high school and when I was in high school. We have Nora Kuhlman out of Old Saybrook. The Rams are looking to really make some noise in Class S. We have Jackie Russell out of East Hampton, second of the dynamic duo of East Hampton. They're the Class M defending state champions as well. And last but not least, we have Ava Johnson out of Morgan, the Huskies, a very do-it-all guard, ready to really step on the scene and really get her name out there in the bright lights. So, leading to the Shoreline first round games, we have East Hampton 70, Cromwell 18.
Beat down.
Number 4, 54, Coggins 41, the 4th and 5th seed. Number 2, 63, number 7, Hal Ray, 19. And number 3, Old Saybrook. They took a real hard loss to number 6, Haddam Killingworth, 65-34. Yeah, that was a hard one. And yeah, I mean, it happens sometimes. Everybody catch a blowout. The quarterfinals, we haven't got the scores to East Hampton and North Brantford yet, but we have number 2 Morgan over Haddam Killingworth, 62-32. So, number 2 Morgan is in the championship right now, and they're going to meet the winner of East Hampton and North Brantford. So, who is your pick for that semifinal game?
East Hampton. I think East Hampton. It would seem like it should be a fairly easy victory.
Yeah, my pick is East Hampton. Not because anything with North Brantford, just because the bell ringers, they're gonna ring the bell, and they're a different machine, man. Like they go out and they just play like relentless basketball, and it's very scary. Just like you say, like it's really, really scary. So we'll keep you updated with the Shoreline Conference, the scores and the championship. So looking forward to
Are they playing that game tonight?
I'm not too sure. I believe they're either playing tonight or tomorrow night.
Okay.
So we'll definitely at least by the end of the weekend we'll have those scores ready for you.
All right. Let's get to the Conference of Chaos.
Dun dun dun. the CTC.
This is the one. I don't want to do a spoiler here, but this one gets off the rails quick.
Oh yeah, like
yeah. Do your player profile first, but I'm telling you, you're gonna want to stay for this one. This one's not playing out how anybody thought it would. Not at all.
At all. The top players for the CTC conference is Alyssa Samar of Wyndham Tech. The Tigers are a very, very scrappy team. Very, very guard driven with some good size, and looking forward to the Tigers doing some damage in the
number 1 seed in this tournament.
The number 1 seed in the tournament. We got Kylie Damble out of Ellis Tech, Danielson, the Eagles, senior guard, very, very I would say steady fast guard. She's not going to be too crazy, but she's going to be laid back, but she knows how to execute at the right time. Brianna Kuzmano out of Wilcox Tech. Shout out to the technical schools as well. I feel they don't get enough credit. A very talented forward. And that's going to lead to the first round scores. This is crazy.
Let's do it.
Starting off, we have number 1, Wyndham Tech, the Tigers, falling to Platt Tech Milford, 48-45.
Wow.
Number 4, Wilcox Tech falls to number 5, Butler Haven. Shout out the Tigers, 46-45. Number 2, Ellis Tech over Prince Tech, 50-20. That was a breezer game. And number 3, Kano Tech over Wright Tech, 53-44. So we have the semis coming up. We're gonna have them scores available for you, which we have number 8 Platt Tech versus number 5 Butler Havens, and number 2 Ellis Tech versus number 3 Kano Tech. So, what is your picks for the first game between Platt Tech and Butler Havens? Give a quick pick.
I'm gonna go with Platt Tech. I like. Okay. I'm gonna ride the 8
you go with the underdog. You go with the underdogs, huh?
I'm doing it.
I'm gonna pick Platt Tech as well. All
right.
Number 2, Ellis Tech versus number 3, Kano Tech. Who is your pick?
I'm going to go with, I think Kaner had a tougher first round game. I think it hardened them up, beating Wright Tech. I'm going to ride with them. I'm going to ride the 3, Kaner Tech, into the championship.
I'm going with Ellis Tech, and I'm going with Ellis Tech for the simple fact that they need their just due. I feel they're a team on the rise in a technical school conference, but they're a great team. So I'm picking Ellis Tech.
How excited were they to see Wyndham Tech get knocked out in the first round?
Oh, easy. I know they were looking at Game Time CT like, oh, this is Christmas.
Yeah.
This is Christmas, baby.
Woo-hoo.
So leading on to the Berkshire Conference. Hey, shout out all the Berkshire teams. I call it the far corner. I love the Berkshires. It's a great time to go visit out there. Like, you can go hiking, you can go to the North Fork Music Hall, it's different places, you know. So there's a lot of small schools, but there's a lot of talent that comes out of there. So we have the top players. We have Nicole Decker out of Thomaston. We have Maddie Topa out of Northwestern Regional, Emily Arrell out of Gilbert Winstead, and Ireland Starzinski. I love the name.
That's cool, man.
Love the name out of Nanawag, Woodbury. So, first round, we have number 1 Thomaston 55 over number 8 Litchfield 23. Number 4 Housatonic Regional with a close win over Nanawag 34-31. Number 2 Gilbert 52. Number 7 Chapag 31. And we have number 3 Northwestern 47. And number 6, Terryville, 19. So that leads to the semis, where we have number 1, Thomaston, 53, over number 4, Housatonic Regional, 53-25. And number 2, Gilbert, 44, loses to Northwestern Regional, 44-61. So we have the tournament. I think this is going to be an amazing game. Number 1, Thomaston Golden Bears versus the number 3, Northwestern Highlanders. So, Thomaston has the All-Stater Nicole Decker versus Northwestern that has the All-Stater Maddie Topa. So, who's your pick, Joe?
I'm going to take Northwestern in the upset.
Ooh. You know, it's crazy. I'm picking Northwestern as well.
Come on.
I'm picking Northwestern as well because, like Maddie Topa's an amazing player, and I feel that they're going to overcome Thomaston, which is a great team. Like I said, Thomaston is the cream of the crop in the Berkshire Conference. But I think Northwestern's year is here.
Maddie, don't let us down.
No.
We're vouching for you on this show,
Come on, Maddie. Let's make it matter.
Girl.
Let's
Come
make
through.
it matter. And, and last but not least, we have the CRAL Conference. The top players, we have Myra Rodriguez of Innovation out of New Britain, junior guard, a very great program, a new program. And I love how a lot of the new programs in the small schools are getting great students and great talent at the same time, which leads to Karina Falcone out of Innovation as well, the junior guard. And damn, they're both juniors, and they're gonna really make some noise in the conference and state tournament. We have Anaja Gilbert out of Weaver. Weaver always been a traditional school to me, near and there. Go Beavers. We have Sequoia Turcott Briggs out of Classical. The senior forward can drop 20 and 10 on even night or a double-double whenever. So
it sounds like she's been doing just that.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to get to the first round, which we have Innovation with 38-28 over Parish Hill, number 5 seed. The biggest upset Central. We have Weaver, which went down to Aerospace. The number 2 seed went down 35-37 in the close game.
Oh, man, that's gotta hurt.
Aerospace, yeah, that was a singer. But the cool thing is that Weaver gets a second crack at the state tournament. So don't be let down. And we have number 3 Classical, which a big win over Capital Prep 45-30. We have the semifinals, which had Classical over International Aerospace 44-31, and a big win for Innovation over ComSci. I believe it was 51-24. Number 1 Innovation will be facing number 3 Classical in the CR8L championship. Excuse me. So I wanted for you to give your quick pick, Joe.
I'm going to go with Innovation here. I feel like Rodriguez and Falcone just going to be just too much for Classical, unfortunately.
No, absolutely. My pick is the same. Another dynamic duo, guard tandem, and I'm looking for the Ravens to really make some big noise in the conference tournament. So, Innovation, number 1 Innovation is both our picks. So,
I love it.
Yeah.
All right.
I believe. Wanted to give a shout out to all the teams again that participated in the conference tournaments. And really, like I said, a loss is not a loss, it's a lesson. It's never a give up. Keep going, and you never know, because next year you guys could be on top as well. So shout out every conference, every winner, every loser, every participant. So
awesome. Well, there you have it. We got you all up to speed. We'll continue in the next couple of days. We'll be back and sort of fill you in and then get you ready for the state tournament. But wow, a fantastic season so far, and you've been covering it so well. So much appreciated. The Bright Light CT1, you could find that on Instagram. You can also visit Clovercrest Media. You check us out on YouTube. You can find all the previous episodes, including Mars's preview. We're gonna have to do an updated countdown of the best players.
Yes. Yesterday, actually, I have a great list coming up, and you're gonna be surprised because it's gonna be a little different. It's gonna be a little different, but like I said, shout out to all the players who made the list, and I'm looking forward to presenting that for you guys as well.
All right. Well, that is going to do it for this episode. Like I said, we'll be back in a couple of days. And boy, the right time of the year. For Jamar Smith, I'm Joe Aguirre. We thank you so much for checking out the Bright Lights Podcast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Welcome to the Bright Lights Podcast, presented by Clovercrest Media Group.